Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
Global economy. November 9, 1919 America New York. Australia's disorderly exit exposes the flaws of yield curve control. Reserve Bank's struggle holds lessons for other central banks, experts say.
New York Times Business. November 9, 1917 America New York. Pfizer asks FDA to expand booster eligibility to all adults. In a turnaround, the agency is expected to grant the request before the winter holiday season, giving access to all 181 million fully vaccinated people. A 78-year-old man received a booster shot in the Bronx in September.
BBC News Business. November 9, 1908 America New York. Should firms have to put carbon labels on all products? A growing number of companies are indicating an item's carbon score, but should it become mandatory?
Forex Live. November 9, 1903 America New York. New Zealand preliminary business survey slides lower. The flash readings for the November ANZ Business Survey Activity Outlook is 15.6% business confidence as minus 18.1% ANZ remarks, in brief, on the prelim results.
Global economy. November 9, 1901 America New York. 4 of world's 5 largest vehicle makers fail to back COP26 emissions agreement. China, US and Germany absent from 2040 commitment despite hundreds of local and regional authorities signing up.
Daily FX Market News. November 9, 1900 America New York. New Zealand dollar forecast, NZD, USD falls as traders eye Chinese inflation data. The New Zealand dollar fell overnight versus the US dollar as Wall Street stocks broke a multi-day winning streak. APAC traders are watching the wires for Chinese inflation data.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 9, 1900 America New York. Restaurant tech startup Presto nearing $1 billion SPAC merger. Presto, known for its pay-at-table kiosks, tablets and artificial intelligence tools, would go public in the deal. BBC News Business. November 9, 1858 America New York. UK property still a seller's market, says Rightmove. Grays in Essex is highlighted by the property portal as the hottest spot for sellers. BBC News Business. November 9, 1858 America New York. Clark's accused of using agency workers to cover strike. Union complains about hiring of agency workers in 5-week strike at Somerset warehouse. BBC News Business. November 9, 1858 America New York. Shine, the secretive Chinese brand dressing Gen Z. Shine's popularity has shot up during the pandemic, targeting Gen Z shoppers with low-cost products.
Forex Live. November 9, 1857 America New York. China's President Xi and US President Biden will meet next week. Virtual summit. A specific date has not yet been announced. Biden and Xi have spoken directly over the phone on 2 occasions since Biden became pres. The two have met when Biden was VP.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 9, 1856 America New York. Rivian prices IPO at $78, above raised target range. Rivian Automotive priced its highly anticipated initial public offering at $78 a share, valuing the electric vehicle maker at more than $77 billion on a fully diluted basis.
Forex Live. November 9, 1831 America New York. U.S. Trees SEC Yellen comments on the debt ceiling, inflation, recession prospects. Speaking in a U.S. media interview, NPR Marketplace, covering a few topics. Forex Live. November 9, 1814 America New York. Reuters Tankan, Japanese manufacturers' sentiment hit a 7-month low in November. Ahead of the Bank of Japan's, BOJ, Tankan quarterly survey due on December 13 as the Reuters survey for the month of November. November manufacturers index +1.3 versus +1.6 in October.
Marginal Revolution. November 9, 1812 America New York. Arrived at the top of my pile. The post arrived at the top of my pile appeared first on Marginal Revolution.
Forex Live. November 9, 1803 America New York. China inflation data due today, preview. PPI expected to continue its surge, and CPI beginning to move. China inflation, for October, is due Wednesday the 10th of November 2021 at 0130 g.m.t. I posted earlier. The Bloomberg survey shows the CPI is expected at 1.4% y, higher than other surveys.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 9, 1800 America New York, get nears $1.1 billion SPAC merger to go public. Once a ride-hailing startup, the company is now reshaping its operations to optimize transportation options for corporate customers on one platform.
Daily FX Market News. November 9, 1800 America New York, Hang Seng outlook remains cautious with mixed signals from Wall Street, Fed. The Hang Seng Index continues to look for clear direction as sentiment remains mixed following the Fed's financial stability report and strong U.S. earnings.
New York Times Business. November 9, 1746 America New York, Oklahoma Supreme Court throws out $465 million opioid ruling against J&J. The 5-1 decision is a setback for those who are fighting to hold big drug makers accountable for the opioid epidemic. Judge Thad Balkman, who presided over the Johnson and Amp. Johnson trial, was overruled by the Oklahoma Supreme Court on Tuesday.
Forex Live. November 9, 1740 America New York, White House economic advisor Brian Dees says expects vote next week on larger infrastructure package. Info via a tweet from a Fox reporter citing Dees. Forex Live. November 9, 1735 America New York, in case you missed it, Fed's Bullard says balance sheet shrinkage is an option he is open to. James Bullard is president of the St. Louis Fed branch. He said he's open to allow runoff of the balance sheet at the end of the taper or shortly thereafter.
The Library of Economics and Liberty. November 9, 1717 America New York, Wagner and Weitzman's asymmetric treatment of non-carbon energies. In his well-deserved victory lap about his bet with Daniel Reeves, co-blogger Brian Kaplan points out that one major flaw in Gernot Wagner's and Martin L. Weitzman's book Climate Shock is its treatment or, rather, non-treatment of nuclear power.
Daily FX Market News. November 9, 1700 America New York, S&Amp, P500 falls from record high ahead of US CPI data. PayPal sinks on weak guidance. S&Amp, P500 snaps winning streak and retreats from record high on profit taking after failing to clear cluster technical resistance ahead of Wednesday's US inflation data.
Forex Live. November 9, 1700 America New York, in case you missed it, Biden extends U.S. ban on investments in firms linked to China's military. U.S. President Biden extends the ban for another 12 months. U.S. entities are barred from buying or selling publicly traded securities in companies with China military links.